You're listening to The World According to George. This uninspired, puffy Midwestern man is looking for something more as he moves through life in his 30s.
Welcome to The World According to George. I'm your host, George Thomas, and this episode of WAG is being broadcast from West Loop in downtown Chicago and London, England. My cousin Iona Johnston is our guest host today. She lives in England with some of our other relatives over there. Welcome to the podcast, Iona. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you for having me. Excited to come on your podcast today.
Yes, well, you're very sweet to do it. And we know, we were talking, your brothers were kind of chicken. I don't think Malcolm even ever responded. And then Dan said, I'm scared to be on the radio, but it's not, it's not a popular show yet. So, and I'm in America, so no one would really, maybe they would, but I doubt it.
I think they're just flaky, but hopefully they will come on one day.
Yeah. I think any of your siblings with their accents and their voices, and I think any of it would come through well, or your parents even. I don't know. Your dad maybe would do it. I feel like. Yeah, he's kind of.
Yeah, I think he would do it.
You think he would do it?
He likes to talk. He likes to have a chat. He
does. Yeah, he reminded me of my father when I spent time with him. A few weeks ago. He was kind of like the Scottish version of my dad. So. A good guy, really a great guy. You've got great parents. Okay, so and it's your last name, and again, of course we're relatives, but I'm saying it's Johnston. I'm saying it right.
Johnston.
Yeah. Okay, and the maiden name. I'd be related through my mom and your mom are sisters, and that name is Morrison, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, just making sure. I want to make sure I have all the facts straight. So correct me if I'm wrong.
Surely you know.
Yeah, I do know Morrison, and I knew Johnson. I just wanted to make sure. I don't think I don't say it often. So what country?
A lot of people think it's Johnstone or Johnson.
Like in America, it would be Johnson,
Yeah.
Like Johnsonville brats. We have nice big brats over here. Okay, questions for you. I do have some questions, Iona. I think you'll be able to answer all of them. This first one is really because I don't know. What country were you and your siblings born in?
We were born in England.
So you were all born in England?
Yeah. Okay. So I was born in Bristol, and then Lucy, Dan, and Malcolm were all born in Norfolk, which is where my mum and dad still live now.
They're still there, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're in Munsley, right?
They're in Munsley, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So they're on the coast.
Yeah, right by the sea there. I didn't know. I kind of assumed that, but maybe I thought because it could be Scotland or because your dad's Scottish.
Yeah.
And then, or maybe even, I don't know why, I think maybe one of you was born in America, but I guess when your mom, how old was she when she moved over there?
I actually don't know. I think she was here for a while before she had me. I think she was mid-20s. I should know this, but I'm not sure.
You said early 20s?
I need to ask. Maybe mid-20s.
Mid-20s. Yeah.
Yeah.
What brought her over to England in the first place?
So I think she came over to stay with our aunt Kyle.
Mm-hmm. Another sister.
And then I think she was studying here, and she was studying in Glasgow, and then that's how she met my dad. But yeah, I think she just wanted to have an adventure and move to a different country. So yeah, but yeah, I need to ask her actually when she moved, what age she was.
Do you think she was following her older sister, being Kyle was already over in England?
I think so, because I think she lived with Kyle for a bit.
She did, okay. Yeah. Is Kyle the oldest, or is my mom, Abby, the oldest?
I think Kyle, but I actually...
Yeah, I think she's... Yeah, because every time I see Kyle or see a picture, she always they all look really good. And then they tell me her age, and I can't believe her age because she looks so good. Your mom's the same way.
Yeah, but Kyle definitely gives older sister vibes. Like,
does she?
She's very bossy.
She's strong. Yeah. Yeah, I've definitely seen that. Although I haven't seen Kyle in a while. Yeah. So what is in your mind, what's the biggest misconception of England from an American perspective? Because you're kind of, even though you're very English, you're still part American.
I think one thing that Americans like get confused about is Europe and like England and the UK and where all the different countries are, and the fact that like there's so many countries in Europe, and the whole Brexit thing as well, I think is quite confusing to Americans. So yeah, but I don't know about misconceptions. I feel like it's more the other way around.
Okay.
I think
so like
British people.
Yeah, so like in that same vein, like you're already hitting on it. What's the biggest misconception of America from an English perspective?
I feel like English people think like Americans are very loud and obnoxious and like brash, but I don't really think that is the case. I feel like American people and British people are very similar.
Very similar. Yeah, that's a great answer. Yeah. And I know you were just in Thailand with your boyfriend's family. Is that the first trip you've taken with them?
Yeah, I haven't had a trip with his family before. So,
wow, big steps.
It was really good. But his brother and sister are like teenagers. So there's a bit of family tension and drama. But
yeah, well, that's normal.
When you're that age, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing major.
Nothing with you.
No, nothing with me.
You didn't cause any.
Stay out of it.
Now, how do you do anything special to thank them, or do you just show appreciation, or do you send them a thank you note, or do you buy dinner one night? What do you do in that situation?
So when we were there, we were like splitting dinners and that kind of thing. With
you were splitting dinners anyway.
Us, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's different.
So we pay half because like the food there is really cheap. So it was like fine to do that, but we are going to get them a little present. We're going to make them a photo album of photos from the holiday.
That's nice.
Hopefully give it to them this week, but we need to actually choose the photos.
Yeah, but they took care of the flights and the hotel and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was very kind of them. But they've had this trip booked for like, not booked, but planned in the works for a long time. So yeah, they invited me quite a while ago.
They did.
But yeah, it was really, really good.
Good. How long have you been dating Kai?
I think about 4 years. Yeah.
4 years. Wow, long time. And you're how old?
Yeah. I'm 26.
You're 26. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, it's getting serious. And you guys live together.
I know. Yeah. We live together.
What part of London do you live in?
We live in East London. So
East London.
We live in Hackney. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was able to meet him during my trip, and I will say I really liked him. He seems very career oriented. I feel like you found a good one. He's a good dude. You guys are a cute couple. You're a fit couple. And you're young and you're already doing good things. So, and I don't like everybody. Yeah. So that's good. That's good.
Would you say if you didn't know?
No, I wouldn't. But I wouldn't say I wouldn't say if I didn't. But I wouldn't say all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
you would just stay quiet.
I wouldn't say anything. Yeah, of course I wouldn't start crapping on your boyfriend. Although. Am I around him? He'd have to be really terrible for the short time I saw him for him to make a bad impression. So no, he's a
I feel like he's quite easygoing.
He is, and I can tell.
Yeah.
In the time I spent with your parents, I can tell they really like him, and that's the best case scenario.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they love him.
Yeah,
that's I'm going home this weekend, and my dad was like, "Is Kai coming?" I was like, "No."
He's probably bored. Yes, he wants to hang out with Kai.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Plus he loves fitness. Yeah, he checks so many boxes. Takes you to Thailand. It's all
green flags.
A lot of green flags. 4 years, man. We might be coming over to the pond for a wedding sometime in the next couple of years. I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
Okay. Did you hear any feedback about my visit from your parents or any of your siblings? What was the general response about me being there? Was it a chore at all to feel like you had to see me? What's your response to those questions?
It was a very good response. I think everyone really liked seeing you. And everyone had a good time. It wasn't a chore. It was really nice to spend time with you, especially not seeing you for so long. It was good to catch up. And they only had good things to say. And I think they liked your list of British slang that you wrote based on
which we're going to go through.
Heard us say. Okay.
We're going to go through today. So there was never anything said like, it was great to have George here, but when he does this, it's hard to be with him. There was never a but. Are you sure?
No.
You can tell me. I can take it, and it'll make the podcast better if there is.
I know, but there honestly wasn't.
Okay. I believe you.
What do you think they would say about you?
I don't know. I'm always thinking of my impression on people, and I don't see you guys very often. And I don't, it's a different country. I don't go to Europe that often, and I don't want to be, stepping in it at all, and I definitely don't want to be imposing. No,
you won't.
I just want to make sure there was no, but I never found any issues or awkward moments or anything. So it was a perfect trip for me, but I just wanted to check in with you. How was my visit?
Malcolm and Dan.
Go ahead.
They had a great time when they were with you in Chicago. They were telling me about it. They had such a good time.
Oh, good. We did have fun.
They think you're so funny as well.
Oh, good. Well, they'll have to come back.
Yeah.
We live in a different place now, and as I was saying, hopefully we can meet up next year, and I've got more of that here, but maybe Florida even, or Chicago.
Definitely.
But how was my visit different from B's visit you had just a few weeks before me?
Well, B was only at ours for one night, but I guess, I don't have much to say about her visit. She was literally just here for one night, and she had breakfast and then she left. But she stayed at our flat, and she
slept in between you and Kai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, Kai wasn't here, so she got in the bed with me.
In the bed with you, yeah.
Yeah. She was gonna do an air bed, but I was like, no, you can share the bed. We've got king size bed, so it was. Oh,
fine. You have a king size bed. Yeah, appropriate for you being in England. I don't even have a king size bed. Damn you. Okay.
I know. We had it at our old flat, and then we bought the mattress. Mm-hmm. And the landlord told us it was a king size, but it was actually a super king, so the mattress was still too small.
So you have you have even a bigger one you have a bigger than king. You have for us it would be a California king.
Yeah. But the mattress wasn't as big, so there was a big gap.
Oh, okay.
We've got a new bed now.
But you got a big bed now?
Yeah.
Super king, I guess that's the difference. How are B and I different since we're siblings, or are we not that different?
Well, I was thinking that B was more chaotic than you, but I feel like you did have a slight chaotic moment when you forgot your card and you were stuck in the taxi.
Yes.
And you called me and was like, where are you? Can you get cash out for me? And you only had $100 bill?
I had $100 bill, and
hotel key.
I had my hotel keys, which feel like credit cards, and for whatever reason, maybe you guys I don't know if you told me this. You probably didn't. Sometimes I don't like to take my wallet with me, and my wallet, it's kind of sometimes it's a nice wallet. So if I lose the wallet, that's a problem. So then I just take my cards, and I thought I had my ID and my credit card, but I just had both my room keys. So that doesn't happen often, but you did see something, I guess, one off.
Yeah, I saw the kale.
You saw one little, I mean, B doesn't know what planes she's on. I mean, hers are usually a bigger deal or she'll lose her entire wallet. But he was guilting.
Yeah.
So I hate situations like that. I hate controversy. I hate it. I've got really, really bad, like, imposter syndrome, whatever you call it. And he said, "This is poor, mate." He told me that. And then I was like,
yeah,
and he didn't want US money. But then when I had the 100, I think he was willing to take the 100 because it was so much more than what the fare costs. And there was a woman, he kept saying, "This girl wants to go and I might not be able to get another ride." I thought that was bullshit because we're in London and there's a million people, but he wasn't that happy. So then I just gave him the 100 and I got out of the cab as fast as I could. So you didn't have to give me any money in the end.
No, I didn't.
But I didn't want to tell you because of that comment you just made and the fact that you might tell your parents. So I do, but I couldn't help it. It did happen. So what am I going to do?
So that isn't a common occurrence.
It's not a common occurrence, but of course, I've misplaced my wallet before. It's not unheard of, but as I've gotten older, I rarely have big mistakes when it comes to my ID, or if I'm traveling, or if I've never missed a flight in my life. Stuff like that doesn't happen to me usually.
Yeah.
But if I misplace things. My pockets are always full of stuff.
What kind of stuff?
Just glasses cleaner, chapstick, I always have shit in my pockets. A bunch of they're full of stuff all the time. So
you need a bag.
Yeah. Well, I've got this briefcase, but you're talking about like a man purse, Merce.
Yeah. Merce.
A Merce. Yeah. You got? Does Kai has one of those?
Yeah, Kai has one. Or he'll just have like a tote bag or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think what he has. He's got something. Oh yeah, he's got like a little mini backpack thing. Yeah, you need to invest.
And everything's so big. My keys are huge. My phone is huge. My wallet's huge. I've got, the stuff to get in my office are like 2 big cards. I mean, it is kind of annoying. Mm-hmm. Okay. So who do you know from our family decently well? You know me now a little bit. You know Beatrice. Who else?
Yeah. Madeline.
Is
Abby.
That it? You know Abby. Okay.
Senior.
You know George Senior. Okay. Do you know?
I know Peter, but I haven't seen him in a very long time.
Okay, so we'll throw him out. And then do you know Sammy?
I haven't seen him in a long time.
Okay. So this one
the last time I saw them was 2016.
So that's that's probably 7
I
years.
guess it's not that long ago.
No, I guess for us it's not. No, but here's what I want you to do. So you've got me, Madeline, Beatrice, mom and dad, my parents. Can you rank us from least crazy to most crazy?
I don't want to offend anyone.
No, we just did it on the last podcast. It's okay. I did the whole family though with Sam.
You and Sam rated everyone?
Yes. Sam mostly did.
Okay. Crazy, like in what way?
I don't. It's very anecdotal. Whatever you think. Like, who's the most most calm, normal versus who's got maybe the biggest personality or does the goofiest stuff?
Yeah. Okay. So I'll go least crazy to most crazy.
Yes. Okay.
So I'm thinking Sam is probably going to be least crazy.
Oh, you don't have to rate Sam and Peter, but you are going to rate them.
Oh, I don't have to rate.
No, rate them all. Well, you said you hadn't seen them, but rate them all. Go ahead. That's all would be better.
I haven't seen your mom and dad since then either. I've only seen you, Madeline, and B.
Okay, well, now let's just
only do the 3 of you.
Well, let's throw everybody in there. You've met everybody, so Of course, more than once. So, okay, continue. So Sam is least crazy. All right.
Yeah. Then I'll probably go you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you're too crazy. I feel like you're not up and down. You're quite on a level. You're quite organized. I feel like you've got it together. Well, not that other family members don't.
You're right. Everything you're saying is truth.
But I feel bad. I don't want to offend anyone.
You're not going to offend them. Most of them don't listen, so you're good.
Okay. And then your dad.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know him too well, but I feel like he's got it. I don't know. I haven't seen him or spoken to him for a while, but I don't know. I'm just going to put him third.
Third, okay.
I don't have too much more to say on that. Then I'll go Abby next. I feel like she has got things together, but I just hear some family drama. Maybe. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Drama related to her?
No, just like with the siblings, like the Morrison siblings.
Okay. Her siblings.
I mean, yeah. Not with you guys and her.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe there is.
No, there isn't usually, no.
No. And then
you've got Peter and Madeline and Beatrice left.
I'll go Peter next. I feel like he's a bit chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't seen him in a while. So I don't want to make a judgment on him. So maybe I need to see him soon.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, you haven't seen him since then. That's okay.
Yeah.
You only have 2 left, Madeline and B, 6 and 7.
I'll go Madeline next.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she's quite chaotic, but also she is organized. And, she's moved to New York. She's got her life there. But I feel like there is chaos in her life.
Yes.
She's
a bit
of a free spirit.
She is, and she was hit with both, you're saying. She could be organized, but she can be chaotic.
Yeah. I feel like she can go both ways.
Yeah.
And then first, I'll go B because she's just very chaotic from what I've seen of her recently. Losing her own when she last came, not when she last came here, but the time before. And somehow someone got it back to her. Losing her purse at the pub, and then Kai having to sneak out and go collect the purse that had Madeline's phone and other things in.
God.
And the recent car crash in Ireland as well.
Yes. Wow.
Is also contributing to my opinion of her being chaotic.
Right. Well, you couldn't have said it better. You put it so well, and you've got that great accent. And yes, she took the number 1 spot. I love it.
How did Sam rank your family?
I think he had me least crazy, then himself, then Madeline. I think it was then Beatrice, then Peter, then Abby, then my father. I might have messed up Peter and B, but they were right. If I messed it up, they were just 1 position off. I know it was me, Sam, Madeline were the top 3 least crazy spots. But that list, I think my parents were scored too high there. I think Peter and Beatrice would still be crazier than my parents at this point.
Okay.
So I think they actually should be 6 and 7. I think the way you ranked it somehow I think makes more sense, even though you see us so rarely. But
maybe Madeline shouldn't be the number 2 then.
Yeah, but I think if you probably knew more about what was going on, that list might change a little, but I think that's a great ranking from the last, 5 or so years. Okay, good. Thank you for answering that question. That was very, very, very good. Let's see. Did you end up changing your job at all since I last saw you?
No.
You didn't? Okay.
No, I didn't. I had a big interview, but I didn't get.
You were going to work in law?
So, sadly. Yeah, I do work in law now, but I would be a trainee solicitor if I would have got that job.
Okay, so you're still at an agency now.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I think is a cool job. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, of the 3 locations, I guess, in the U.S., where do you want to go most? Florida, New York City, or Chicago? And have you been to any of those places before?
Yeah, I've been to Chicago, which was when I was last in the US, so 2016.
Okay, you have.
But I think we were only there for 2 days, or maybe even less.
Even less, yeah. Good.
So
you guys need to come back.
Yeah, I need to come and travel around. And
even just you and Kai could come over.
Yeah, we need to do that.
Yeah,
definitely.
I did love visiting your parents' home in Munsley. It aligned with exactly what I thought like an English home and garden would look like. It was like out of an English storybook. It was so funny. And just a very, very, very nice house, cute, very cute. And your mom, so I learned she swims in the sea twice a day. Where did that come from? How does she do that? It's freezing in there.
Well, I think she's always loved swimming.
Okay. God, she's healthy.
Yeah, she's swimming. And then I think it's just like the endorphin rush she gets from going in cold water.
Yeah.
It's like very addictive.
Yeah. Well,
it's like a big thing at the minute, going.
Other people getting in cold water. Yeah. Yeah. It's a big thing here. Yeah.
Same here. So I guess that is like that feeling you get when you go in and get out. But yeah, she's always been like into fitness as well. But I think it's just like a good endorphin rush.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's great. Then both your parents seem very healthy to me, and they look young, and you've got some of the best behaved dogs I've ever seen in my life. I don't know how those dogs don't even seem like dogs. They're so quiet. Which I love that. I hate like a big, noisy, stinky dog. So that, it was I stayed there, I think 2 nights, and it worked out well. I took the train out there, the famous European trains.
Yeah. Did you enjoy your train journey?
I did. It wasn't, and your mom gave me instructions, and incredibly clean and efficient.
Yeah.
And I have that here later too. But it was, I think it matched what I thought. It was definitely a great way to go. I was almost getting a car or going to get a driver, but then the train really seemed like the way to go. It was so much faster, and I don't know. I almost got a car, but the train, I'm glad I figured out the train myself. So
yeah, I feel like the train is so much quicker and more relaxing.
Yeah. What's your take on the royal family? And are they popular over there?
I think the popularity has really died with the Queen Elizabeth dying, and I think a lot of people really loved her. She was, I don't know, she was the Queen in World War II. Wait, let me just Google that.
Yeah, I think she was.
No, maybe.
No? 19...
Oh, no, she wasn't.
She wasn't in World War II? Okay, so she must have been, what, 1950? When did she become queen? 55?
She was 13 when World War II broke out.
Okay, so all right, so I'm wrong on that.
But I think she was alive during the World War II.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of, I guess, nostalgia because she was like, she's been around for so long.
She was popular in England, you're saying?
Yeah, she was popular. Like everyone, not everyone, but a lot of people really loved her. Yeah, and she was popular. She's just like a figurehead of this country. And I think when she went, a lot of people thought at that point the royal family should go. But there was a lot of there's still a lot of, like, the royal family when she was queen, mainly because of like how much money, taxpayers' money, goes towards the royal family, refurbishing their houses and coronations and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, they don't like all the taxes that you guys pay to keep their lives going.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of drama in the royal family in the past 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
With 10 years, I guess, with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, Prince Andrew.
Yeah.
And I think that's all kind of contributed to a feeling that we don't really need the royal family anymore.
Right.
But I guess it's very different. Like, a lot of people have different opinions on it. I don't really have that much of a strong opinion about the royal family, but maybe they could just tone down the spending a bit.
Yeah.
Like, the coronation costs like millions.
Right.
Of King Charles.
And he's
so
not
maybe
he's not popular, you're saying?
No, especially because everyone in this country loved Diana.
Mm-hmm.
And like, a lot of people still love Diana and hate Camilla. So
right,
there's not really a good public opinion towards Charles and Camilla.
Well, they've been married a long time though now, haven't they?
Yeah, but everyone just loves Diana.
Yeah, wow. Well,
like,
and she
I was
died
seeing so much stuff about Diana on when it was King Charles' coronation. Like, it was raining and there was this meme like, Diana's laughing right now. Like, the people are obsessed with Diana here.
Yeah, probably that is just it. I mean, Diana seemed, like a really great royal, but the way she died was so dramatic and, just a huge story. And it just, that lure never, when you die like that in her prime, it just never stops, I guess.
She was like a breath of fresh air to the royal family as well. Like, she was like very different. Sense. She did a lot of charity work and
charity work.
Yeah, she did a lot of activism and that kind of thing, especially for like during when the HIV pandemic was around. So I think, she was a good girl.
Yeah. How was she? Just in her 30s when she died?
I think so. Yeah.
Or 40s, maybe. She might have been 40. She just looked really good.
Yeah, I think she was, because she was quite young when she got married. So I'm thinking mid to late 30s.
She died 97. Let's see, how old was she? She was only 36 when she died. Wow.
Yeah.
Even younger than I thought.
I know. It's tragic.
Now, did you hear this New York Post story that Harry and Meghan were snubbed by President Biden after Queen Elizabeth's funeral? There was a story that they had asked, so that they wanted to ride home on Air Force One back to America, because now Harry and Meghan are our problem, I guess. And they were snubbed, and the Bidens did not let them ride back on Air Force One. What's your take on that?
Oh my gosh, drama.
Yeah.
I think they are quite entitled.
She seems really entitled.
In a way. Yeah. So, I mean, they want the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
They don't want the media attention. They don't want...
Which is impossible.
But then they do a TV show. They do a lot of things that makes them quite high profile. And interviews, like, what did they do? an interview with Oprah, right?
They did a big interview with Oprah. Yes.
They?
I think they had a deal with Netflix for a bunch of shows, and Netflix ended their contract. She had a really big podcast on Spotify, and they ended their contract, which I don't know why Spotify ended that. They're starting to become toxic, even in America, and people are sick of them, which I can't. I'm surprised that they let that go bad so fast. These are huge, wealthy companies that they could do well at. But both those deals went through. And then even something else, I bet you haven't heard of this. In California, the governor or Senator Feinstein is retiring next year. And the governor, when senator leaves, the governor picks or can pick, who's going to take the seat over temporarily. And I guess she had been texting the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, and she was texting him so much about, like, she wanted to be picked as the senator, which I think is bizarre. He had to block her number because he was so annoyed by her texting him.
Oh my God. I feel like this woman is just a bit tapped.
Yeah.
I think she's a bit crazy.
Which, you're already like, I don't understand her motive. You marry someone in the royal family. You're beyond famous for that. You could be beloved by the people. You have no concern about money. And then you say all these crazy things, probably a lot of them untrue, about the royal family, and you give them a middle finger. You take away Prince Harry, and then you want this amazing, crazy life, but you gave it up. And then even your TV deals in America dry up. So she's done it herself. I don't know what her ultimate motivation is, but she's toxic.
Yeah. I think she just makes bad decisions. But I feel for them and for Prince Harry with hating the press and with everything that happened with Diana, but they don't help themselves by doing all these things that are raising their profile. And I just don't think they can have the best of both worlds. And that's what they're trying to do. And they're just getting unpopular. And I think people are seeing a side to them where they're just trying to make money, and they're trying to use the royal family, but they don't want to be part of the royal family. They just want to use the platform when it suits them. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But I think it is more Meghan.
It's more Meghan. Although he wrote that goofy book.
Oh yeah.
He's talking about his, dick and stuff, and it's just bizarre, inappropriate. Yeah. I don't know. Is it Todger over there?
That was actually wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
God, he's weird.
And how he's he was only born to give his organs to Prince William if something happens to him. That was wild.
He said that too. I didn't read the book, but I knew snippets.
I haven't read the book, but there's a lot of crazy things said in that book, which I can't even believe a member of the royal family said all those things. But
it's a money grab. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I want to go through all the words I heard that we don't use here in the United States when I was in England. And you're going to correct me if I have any mistakes on here, but these are, I probably heard more, but I can't go through every single one, but these are all the ones I wrote down and I thought of. Okay. Sorted. Okay. In the US, it's handled. Lifts. For us, it's elevators. Blipper is the remote. Bollock is bad.
But that's more what my dad says. Blipper. Okay.
Well, where would he get that? Is that Scottish?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe
I've never heard anyone else say it.
All right. Well, maybe we can't use that one. Bollock is bad. Pisser is bathroom. Although pisser can be like an asshole too, right? Or no? Or a character.
No,
character.
No.
A pisser can be like a character person. Like they're quite a character.
No, you wouldn't say like, oh, they're such a pisser.
But what if you called someone a pisser? What do you mean by that? Or you wouldn't call them a pisser?
Maybe no, you wouldn't really call them that. Or you could say like they're a pisshead, which means like they are like an alcoholic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Boozer is pub. Wang on the TV is turn on the TV. Is that a real one?
Yeah.
Wang. Okay. Rubbish is bad.
Like wang me that, or
wang me that. Okay, so that's real.
Yeah, like throw that or pass me that.
All right. Rubbish is bad. Daft is stupid. Wanker is what we would say twat. Bosh is you did something well. Steak and chips are steak and fries. Iced tea is iced tea. Wait. You guys say iced tea. We say iced tea with a D.
No,
you don't order iced tea. What do you say?
Iced.
Okay, so I don't know where I wrote. All right, maybe we say I don't know that
maybe
one.
It's just confused. The way we say it though.
Yeah. Okay. Kushti is cool. Knackered is tired. On your trains, it says see it, say it, sorted. For us, for terrorism, we say if you see something, say something. The Salad Project restaurant to me looked just like Sweet Green for us in America. Another restaurant here. Skint is you don't have any money. Tosser is wanker, which again we wouldn't say either one. Well, that one is weird. Pub is bar. We did that. Tax avoidance for us would be tax evasion. Evasion. Goss is gossip. Right palava is right messed up.
That means like everything's just gone a bit crazy and it hasn't gone to plan.
Okay.
So it's like a palaver.
Palava. Okay. I've never heard that. Peak, that's bad. Peak is that's bad. Sound is that's good. We never would say sound for that. Yeah. A pickle is a problem. Bloke is a man. And well done you. What we would say, a job well done.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, those are all the. Did I miss any?
They sound good.
Yeah, there you go. Did I miss any big ones?
I don't think so.
Okay. I was
something off the top of my head.
I was furiously writing.
I can't.
Okay, so that concludes my questions for you. Now I'm just going to get into my actual trip. And again, Iona, please feel free to interject anytime you want to. But basically, I headed to London for a week. I wanted to visit Iona's parents and her two siblings. I don't know why, but I've been wanting to go to London for a couple of years now. I've only been there once before, and it was many years ago. And honestly, when I got to London this time, I remembered really nothing of my time before. I did remember the Savoy a little bit and the street that runs along the Thames River. Am I saying that right? Thames, yeah.
Thames.
Oh, Thames. I'm sorry, Thames. I knew that. Yeah. Oops. Thames River. But London, I thought was big. It's gorgeous. It's clean. It's thriving. The cabs are great. A lot of them are brand new, but they don't have any cup holders. We would die in America without cup holders in our cabs. I found it's another country that really doesn't do a lot of iced tea, just similar to Ireland. I had a major mess up in a cab. We've already talked about it with Iona, and I couldn't get. It was my nightmare to be in an awkward moment, and then when he said, "This is poor mate," I really felt bad, and so I just gave him my $100 bill, and it was fine. The city, to compare it to the U.S., really only compare it to one city in the U.S., and that would be New York City, because it was. I thought, given with the subway, the tube was similar to our subways. The city's so big and dense; it's so busy. There's a river nearby, and the bikers are still assholes in England as they are in the United States.
Yeah.
I was called a dickhead by a biker when I stopped my scooter in the bike lane, which I'm allowed to do. If you have a scooter, you're allowed to be in the bike lane. That guy was an asshole. He can fuck right off, as they say in England. And you say fuck right off, right?
Yeah.
Fuck right off. I also almost had my scooter stolen. I went into Westminster Cathedral, the Catholic Church. I didn't want to turn off my scooter on the app. So then right as I was walking out, a creepy looking guy was walking fast towards it. And then when he saw me, he said, "Damn it," and turned around immediately. So I almost lost me. And then
that
again,
was risky. That was risky leaving the scooter.
Yeah. See, I had a false sense of London's not that crazy a big city, and it's a lot calmer, but there is actually crazy people there, which makes sense. I was also scootering near Trafalgar Square when I was going to meet your dad, and this guy was following me on a bike, and he started demanding that I tell him to admit that I took a picture of him. I thought he was initially yelling at me because I was doing something wrong on the street on my scooter, because everything, of course, in England is opposite, and London doesn't really have any dedicated bike lanes. It's amazing I wasn't killed, honestly, by one of those buses, because it's so crazy in London. But he was just seems like probably mentally ill, or I don't know. It actually, I wasn't doing anything wrong, I guess. But so I had a couple run-ins, but that's normal. I live in a big city; it's normal.
You experienced the real London.
I did.
The crazy people.
Yeah, but again, with that many people, that's you got to expect it. And I'm I'm not just some. I wanted to use the word. I'm not just some out of it Midwesterner. I know cities, Iona.
Yeah.
No, but I've traveled.
You got street smart.
I've got street smarts. Is what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not just a country bumpkin. My first hotel there was the Four Seasons which is called Four Seasons at 10 Trinity Square, which is a really impressive historic building. It was the former headquarters of the Port of London Authority, which is amazing history there. It was badly damaged by the Germans in the Blitz of World War II. The hotel was also featured in Skyfall, the James Bond movie. It's been at Four Seasons since only 2017. It's definitely like a business touristy area. So when I headed back to London from your parents' home, I moved to the Langham in Marylebone, which was across from BBC Television. And that's another, I thought the Langham was another great place to stay. Rich building with rich history. It was built in 1865 and was also featured in James Bond film. I had to look this up later. It was in GoldenEye. So
I didn't know that one.
Yeah, I didn't know that either till I looked it up. The concierge also told me that they were the first hotel ever to have afternoon tea, which I didn't try it there, but I guess it's really good. I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, they might just be saying that to get you to have tea there. I don't know. I'm not sure about that.
I feel like that wouldn't be true.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true, because the I feel like it'd be the Dorchester or the Ritz or the Savoy.
Yeah.
More than the Langham, but I'm just basing it on old.
Oh no, apparently it is.
Is it? You looked it up?
Yeah. In Victoria's Ladies in Waiting. It was the first hotel to feature this meal on its menu in 1865.
To feature what on the menu?
Afternoon tea.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So do you guys ever, like, as locals, do you ever go get afternoon tea, or is that purely a touristy thing?
I feel like you would on a special occasion.
You would,
it's
okay.
Not heard of, but I wouldn't just go on like a Saturday and just go get afternoon tea.
Yeah.
But maybe like for a special occasion.
Mm-hmm. My hotel, I saw Wesley Snipes, the American actor, at the hotel. And then on the floor below me every morning, there was security stationed at the front of the hall, which I guess was for like Saudi Arabian royalty who stay at the hotel for months during the summer. And they even bring their own chefs to work alongside the hotel chefs. So it's crazy. I think both hotels had pools and steam rooms, etc., but I didn't have time to go into either. during my trip, but that's good to know if you're going to go there and stay there. While I was in London, I toured the Tower of London. I saw the Crown Jewels. I also visited the spot in the Tower of London where they beheaded Anne Boleyn. I also toured the Churchill War Rooms, which I thought were fascinating. And they included, I saw the actual door from 10 Downing Street, I think while Churchill was prime minister. And my tour guide actually pointed out, Iona, that had the U.S. not gotten involved in World War II, he would likely be speaking German to me. So I thought that was a nice nod to just how important the U.S. and U.K.'s relationship was, and World War II was such a big part of that.
Definitely.
Probably the coolest part of my tour in the whole city was seeing the House of Commons and House of Lords in their live sessions in Parliament. I don't think many Americans do that, or they even know that's an option. Your father took me through those, so that was a big highlight. Big Ben is crazy impressive, and I know they just finished renovating that really old building, and that it really looks great. I also scooted around the U.S. Embassy in London, another crazy nice building there, very new, really secure. I think at the time it was like the most expensive embassy the U.S. has ever built. I even went and I got some underwear at Harrods. I ran out of underwear. I think any American or anyone must go to Harrods if you visit London. I didn't have really time to eat there, but it's so cavernous. It's so big, and it's worth going. Do you ever go there?
No, I actually don't. But
have you been there?
Institution. Mm-hmm. I actually don't know if I've been to Harrods.
Oh, you haven't? You should go. Yeah,
I need to go. Yeah,
it's. I could see someone of a local. I can see someone saying, "Well, it's not that cool if you're from here." But I'm glad I was able to see it. There's so much to see. I really, honestly, ran out of time. I also saw.
There's so much.
There's so much in London. Yeah. But I tried. I think I did a pretty good job while I was there.
Yeah, I think you had an action-packed trip.
Yes, which is good. There's a new Peninsula Hotel near Buckingham Palace that's about to open. I think it's only a few months out. It looks insane. I definitely want to go back to check that out. And if not to stay there, at least to go have a meal there, because it's right up my alley. I love the peninsula, love new hotels, love new buildings. And we'll go there. I'll take you there, Iona, next summer if I'm back. I do already. I was just in an insurance meeting. We've got another meeting coming up. I think it's in August of 2024 that's in London. So I might even be back next summer.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, and we
should definitely try to come.
Yeah, we could hang out and for work, so it would be good. So a lot of it would be paid for, so I wouldn't have to just get killed by the London prices again.
And we can go to the Shard.
Yes, that's right. Do you want? Right, I know we tried to go. I did go up there, but I didn't eat there. Yeah, it's a really cool architecture there, and the city just seems like it's getting bigger and denser. We talked about this already. The country trains or suburban trains, I don't know, whatever you guys call them, definitely seem a little nicer than our Amtrak or Metra, with a lot more country coverage. So that they're incredibly quiet. I don't think it's as big a difference as everyone makes it sound like. In the U.S., we always talk about the European trains. I think in the biggest way that you guys just have them everywhere, and we just don't have as good a network because our U.S. is so big and so much bigger, and we just haven't focused on roads a lot. They do in big cities. They take the train.
Okay.
Not in rural parts like in Indiana, where we're from, or Michigan, or Wisconsin, or those places, Tennessee. But Chicago, yes. New York, yes. They're starting to build more lines in Florida, Philadelphia, I think, Boston, DC, but not as much as you guys. We're mostly, our trains are for urban areas, just like the tube.
Yeah. So. I feel like the UK is just such a small country. Like when I go anywhere else, I'm like, it takes so long to get to one part of the country to another, whereas the UK is just so small.
Yeah. Yeah. And flying like from our coast to coast would take you, 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
And then that doesn't even include Hawaii or Alaska. So there's just, it is a bigger geographical footprint. Let's see. I also saw the Blinkling Hall in Norfolk with your dad and brother. That was like I guess a Tudor style mansion built for Sir Henry Hobart in 1616. It's unbelievably old. We don't have stuff that old in the US. And it sits on like 5,000 acres of parkland. I would say it's worth a visit if you're in that area. It's pretty rural in that area, but if you're around there, you might as well go see it.
Yeah, I think there's some ties to Anne Boleyn and Blinkling Hall.
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
Correct?
I think I forgot what they are, but I think I remember that.
Yeah.
Let's see. I also learned London is one of the smallest capital cities in the world, but that doesn't stop them from building. Ton of development going on in the city. The city as a whole is one of the most expensive cities I've ever visited. It really is expensive, and the currency exchange is deceiving if you're from the U.S. because things will be a lot more typically on your credit card. The Battersea Power Station development, which I stumbled upon, turned mall, turned condos, turned everything else, is one of the most impressive developments I've ever seen face to face. It's probably much more of a local known thing, but you should go over there, check it out. It's right, across the road from downtown London. So yeah, have you been there?
No. So my work, like my employer, they have some kind of part in it. Like I don't know what it was, but they were giving out like tickets to go on the tower thing because there's a big lift and you get a big viewpoint. But I didn't take them up on it. But yeah, I do need to go there.
Like where the smokestacks really are?
Impressive.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I think it's just like a big lift you can go in.
Oh, lift. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty
like
amazing. And they kept what it looks like.
Feature.
Yeah. No, it's cool.
It's a really cool building.
Overall, I thought England seemed cleaner than here in places. I think it contains less assholes than the US. And it, of course, doesn't have anywhere close to the gun crime we have, even in one city for the whole country of England. I thought culturally that's the biggest difference right now. If you want to talk about negatives, when you compare the US to other countries, we really become just a global embarrassment when it comes to crime and gun-related deaths and mass shootings. And people look at us like we have four heads. Of course, the UK, has its own problems, but they're not gun problems. And we really need to get a handle on what we're doing over here. But that was the biggest thing I saw. Everything else, England is just not that different, I think, in a lot of ways, like you said. And it's just an easy place to go. The language is there, and I never found anyone to be really unfriendly in any way after they heard my accent or anything like that. So,
no, I feel like London is such like a multicultural place. There's literally people from like every country around the world here, and there's a lot of Americans. There's a lot of Australians, there's a lot of people from New Zealand and every country. So
there's like a.
But did you find like it was different in Norfolk? Like people would be like, "Oh, where are you from?" Or not?
Norfolk was so like the population is so low. I didn't see that many people.
Yeah, and you didn't talk to that many people.
I just stuck with your family, and where your family lives, the town is so small. And the bars all die out early. I didn't really get a chance. I would have talked to more people, but they either weren't there or the bars were closing already.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's review some of these hotels. Four Seasons at 10 Trinity Square, which Iona saw with me. The service, I'm going to give it a 7.5. Food is a 9. Building setting design is a 10. That's my first 10 for a hotel. Guest to staff ratio is an 8, and the room rating is a 9 for an overall score of an 8.7 out of 10. Again, are you going to be disappointed at Four Seasons? No. The service could have been better in the main lobby bar. They were slow, and I thought they could have made more money by selling us more drinks. And lunch service was very slow, and I had multiple lunches in the rotunda there. but worth seeing, worth going. It's not. Again, I think the other Four Seasons in London, I didn't stay there, but that's probably a better location if you're visiting London because it's right by Buckingham Palace. The Langham, London, service 8.5, food 9, building setting design 9.5, guest to staff ratio 9, room rating 9, overall score is a 9 out of 10. That's a really high score. I was surprised by that score. I would have thought the Four Seasons would have beat out the Langham. But their service really was on point. Breakfast included caviar, which was not an upcharge. I just thought that they were on top of their game. And I think you'd be happy there too. I stayed one night in a more standard hotel. I was at the London Hilton on Park Lane, which is another great location. Service 9, food 8.5, building setting design 8, guest to staff ratio 9, room rating 9. So that matched the Four Seasons, I guess. Again, Four Seasons is going to have more luxury, but that was not a bad hotel, and it was a fraction of the cost, 8.7 for the London Hilton if you're a Hilton Rewards member, which I should have looked for Marriott because I'm a Marriott guy, but that's okay. Okay, where have we been eating this week? These are all London inspired, and luckily Iona did eat with us, with me a lot. We went to Brasserie at Adele, which was good.
Yeah.
Seemed a little touristy to me.
I agree.
You and I both ordered the beef fillet. I was expecting a sliced filet mignon, but actually what we received was plain hamburger. It was still good, but not what we thought.
Yeah.
Like basically
it said it was a
patty.
chopped steak.
Okay, chopped
and
steak.
I don't think that was chopped. It was minced.
Minced. Okay. See, we don't say minced much. Oh, maybe we do. I don't cook. What do I know?
What did you say?
No, minced is good. Minced is good. I'm off. Yeah, minced beef. I don't hear that much, but I know what you mean. I wanted to go to Pizza Express in Woking, just like Prince Andrew.
Do you call it ground beef?
We call it ground beef.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. For quick. Everyone said it's not worth going to Woking, so that made me think even more that Prince Andrew was lying to that woman. I think whatever that was on BBC, and he never went to Pizza Express in Woking. Yeah. I did get Pizza Express at my hotel the very last night, and it was pretty good. I do wish I was less tired. I would have rather gone in to the restaurant. I know Dan would have gone with me, your brother, but I'll hit that again. I had Wimbledon afternoon tea at the Dorchester, which just did a renovation. My sandwiches included cucumber cream cheese with poppy seeds, chicken with lemon mayonnaise, smoked salmon with dill, ham with nasturtium and egg, and mayonnaise and cress.
Mm-hmm.
Ham nasturtium, what is that?
I don't know.
Okay, Nasturtium.
NAS.
Yeah.
Nasturtium, is it?
Nasturtium.
That's like a flower.
Okay, so I had flowers.
Yeah, it's like a flower. That's kind of random.
Yeah, it was. It was an ordeal.
Like a flower. You can. Yeah.
Of all the tea sandwiches, I liked the chicken with lemon mayo the best, which is basically chicken salad. I also had a bunch of sweet stuff, but nothing of note. It was very good. The Dorchester looked amazing, and just what you think of when you think of a smaller London hotel, which, you know, another great famous place. The Wigmore Bar, which is right near the Langham, I think that's still worth going to. Artesian inside the Langham is an Asian inspired bar. You went with me there. That's a great vibe. I liked it in there. The Rotunda Bar and Lounge at the Four Seasons, really cool space again, but our service wasn't great and they closed too early. Mm-hmm. We also went to the Savage Garden Rooftop Bar, which is right near the Four Seasons. Great views of the city, including the London Shard. They also had a computer issue and we couldn't order more drinks there either. I think that was a DoubleTree, some hotel right there. If you Google it, Google Maps, it's right next to 10 Trinity Square. Let's see. I also checked out the Savoy Grill, which is now Gordon Ramsay. I had the raw salmon for a snack. It was outstanding. And then a fun fact just about the Savoy. They were the first hotel to have electricity in London. What do people think, the English people think about Gordon Ramsay?
They like Gordon Ramsay.
They do. Okay. Because he's popular here.
Yeah.
I really like him.
He's popular here. I think he's a big TV personality. He's very memeable, I feel.
Mm-hmm. That's good to know because he's popular. We've got restaurants of his in Chicago.
Really? Yeah, I don't know what his restaurant. I haven't been to his restaurant here.
You haven't. Okay. You're not a true fan.
No. I'm just a little YouTube kitchen nightmares clips.
Yes. Okay. You're just like me. All right. Dan took me to Z Home Dumplings Bay in London. I was worried about this. I thought it would be bad, but actually it wasn't. We just had kind of weird service to begin with. Dan ate the rest of my leftovers and he was so great. He ate everything. Your brothers just eat a ton, and they are the skinniest, tallest dudes ever. That's not how we don't have that DNA in the Thomas family, sadly. We went to Franco Manca in Broadway Market near your apartment. I thought it was very solid pizza. It was cupped, I think, pepperoni. Malcolm took me to Suffield Arms in Norwich, one of the coolest bars I've ever seen. But they were so quiet, and I would have had a fun time meeting other people there. But again, it was dead, and they were wrapping up. Quiet English countryside. I also went to the Ship Inn pub in your parents' hometown where I ordered 2 big sausage rolls. I actually got 2 for the price of 1 because at the end of the night, your brother ate 90% of all that food, and then he felt bad, probably because he ate so much. So that was fun. That's right on the sea. And again, very quiet though. Then again, with your dad and bro, I went to Albee Crafts and Garden. This was a funky place in Norwich where I had like a cheddar cheese scone or like biscuit with cream and jam and butter. And the cream part, Iona, isn't the same as
cheddar.
Butter. It was a cheddar biscuit.
With jam.
They thought that was weird, but I didn't mind it.
Interesting.
They didn't order cheddar. They didn't order cheddar.
They just had the plain.
They had, but also had some tea, of course, as it was tea time. There were peacocks everywhere, which, by the way, your dad was like deathly afraid of. And they kept trying to attack us because they wanted our food. It was very funny because me and Malcolm would just sit there and then.
I didn't know he was scared of peacocks.
I don't think he likes birds very much.
Okay.
Is what I think there was some other bird in your backyard that he didn't like. There was a pigeon.
I think
there's pigeons in your house or by your house, and they kept me up. They fucking never shut up over there. They're in the courtyard.
They're so annoying, aren't they?
Oh my God.
My mom hates them.
Yeah. Oh, pigeon.
Yeah, they're
I forgot about that.
And we have seagulls here, and they are the worst birds ever.
Yeah. I don't like birds that much.
So if you ever go to Brighton Beach,
I'm not going there. I'm only going to London from now on. I'm a Londoner.
Okay.
Or Norwich. Okay.
Not Munsley.
Not Munsley, no. I don't like Munsley, no. No, I like Munsley fine. That's a weird name, kind of, but I liked it.
No. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of weird place names in Norfolk. I think it's from the Vikings.
Mm-hmm. Everything's like 500 years old. The walls you can't mess with. Everything's just so freaking old. They had like an outpost near your parents' town with like guns in case England got invaded in World War II. They had a couple of huge guns that the locals the local soldiers would have used against an attack that we went and saw that too.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Yeah, and they're still there. Like
you did so much while you were here.
I did
like, all these things. I'm like, I've never done this, and I live here.
I know England more than you do. Okay, kind of wrap this up on the food. We went to a Danza with your boyfriend right near the Shard, Spanish tapas, which I don't think anyone liked that much. I didn't mind it that much, but I wasn't. It was probably it was the most average meal I had while I was in London. So I mostly had amazing meals everywhere. And then
that was not good.
I could tell you didn't like it. Yeah. And then your brother made me a full English breakfast at your parents' house, which was honestly really hard to finish. I had pretty bad jet lag the first couple of days anyway. And I could not sleep. And then your mom made a great dinner think she made like chicken and rice once. And they were obviously, they were great. They were great hosts when I was there those 2 nights. Kind of getting to the end here. To my plain meals on my outbound flight, I had a Diet Coke, salad. I had some cauliflower nut thing with tomato paste that I didn't eat. Then I had chicken breast, potatoes, and green beans. I barely ate that. My toiletry kit was Shinola branded, which I thought was interesting. That's that watch company, if you know it, Iona. Shinola.
I haven't heard of that.
And then on my return flight, I had more salad with yellow raisins, shrimp with this weird orange sauce. And then for my snack, I had, I'm pretty sure they were traditional English meat pies, which I really liked those. More Diet Coke. I had English crisps. I like that. And I think I had English chocolate pudding. So,
yeah, next time you come to England, you need to try like a pie and mash from like a pub. But that's more of a thing in like North. But it's really good. I think you'd like it.
Yeah. So anyway, those plain meals, I don't know. They're always shit. Most of the time, it's rare that they're any. I don't know why they try to do some of this fancier stuff. I'd rather just have like a turkey sandwich because they suck at making. They suck at making that food. My songs of the week are definitely inspired by British artists. My first one is "Skyfall" by Adele. "Let It Be" by the Beatles. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. And "Yellow" by Coldplay. Look at the stars, look how they shine for you. And remember to listen to any of these songs that are featured today or find any that have been played on WAG. Just search WAG songs on Spotify for the show's playlist. Every time I release an episode, I update that playlist. And that's it. Iona, we're towards the end here. That's it for this episode. Thanks for listening to The World According to George, which is available anywhere you find podcasts. Remember to follow Chicago_pod on Instagram. Iona, all your friends need to follow that, and you.
I will.
DM me anything that's on your mind, relationship problems, restaurant picks, or you just want me to visit a new hotel and review it on the pod. And I just want to say thank you to Iona. It is late. London time. What is it? 9:45?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you for your time doing this. I don't know how long we've been recording, but I have a suspicion that this is my longest WAG yet, which is good.
Okay. Does it get edited?
It'll get edited.
It's all gonna be in the pod.
But the question you're asking is about content, and typically 99% of the content in here remains.
Okay.
Only the beginning and end and the song, some of the middle stuff's edited, but the content, I rarely remove content that we talk about.
Okay.
Unless someone says, "Hey, I said something I don't want on there."
Yeah. Well, don't get offended about my rankings.
I won't. I was complimented by them. So, even though, like, don't judge me today. I lost all my hair products when I was in Ireland, I think in London, and then I was just in Toronto. They keep taking my hair gel because it's too big, I guess. So I got to go buy some tonight.
Oh no!
I would have looked sharper. I'm sorry.
To get some mini versions.
But I do like your pigtails. You and I have similar colored hair.
Yeah. I have quite dark hair.
Even our eyebrows might be similar. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. I think I get my eyebrows from my mom.
Don't forget about your American roots. Because, right, you have dual passports, right?
I know.
Yeah, you guys even though you have accents and you were born there, you're still welcome back to the USA anytime you want. And we want to see you guys. And your brothers were a pleasure. Well, that's it. I'm going to close this Zoom up, Iona, and I'm just going to tell everyone, see you next time right here on WAG. Have a great week. Thank you, Iona. Love you, and give Kai my best, and I'll talk to you soon.
I will. Thank you for having me.
Okay. Thank you, Iona. Have a great night.
Subscribe to WAG now and find out what George will sound off about next. New episodes drop every other Thursday anywhere podcasts are available.